Hey guys, I'm Colin. I'm back with another toy review. I've got Jada Street Fighter 2 Final Challenge Chun-Le. You can see the price tag. I got this over at GameStop. So I like the packaging is designed to look like an arcade cabinet kind of, which is really cool. There's a nice background of one of the levels in there. We got Chun-Li in there with all her stuff. On the side, we got some artwork of her fellow game characters. On the other side, we got some other game characters and country of origin, China, fighting style, Chinese martial arts. And on the back, we got a nice picture of Chun-Li herself and then basically all the cross-outs. I don't know if they have all these other figures. They may not, I don't know. But this is the only one. If I see a Cammy one, I'll pick that one up. But Chun-Li, come on, who doesn't like Chun-Li? Let me go and get her out of the box. Alright, I've got Chun-Li out of the box, and before we get into her, let's talk something about the packaging for a moment. The packaging has this nice background piece of one of the stages from the video game. We've got the day worker guy over here in the background, the farm worker guy. We've got the old man on the bike with the chicken seller, and then this is a good, really good. We're just sticking the figure in and having a nice little background display. This is really the best way to display it on the shelf. So we're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. That's a really good inclusion. We're going to take that off to the side. And let's talk about her accessories real quick for a moment. She comes with two heads. She comes with a calm, relaxed head and an angry, gonna rip your head off head. And that fake mouth is actually molded in there. So there is some depth to that, which is really cool to see. She comes with two sets of hands. She is packaged with a set of fisty, punchy hands. And there's a little bit of paint on the hand even, so that you can like see, you know, it pops a little bit, like stress marks in her hand. And then over here, there's like some flesh tone marks on her other hand. This is like a little karate chopping hand. And I've got one of each of those on her right now. And then there is her attack effect, which comes with its own display stand, and it's got, you can do a high punch, or you can do a mid punch, or you can do a low punch, or you can get her leg up in the air, and she can do a high kick, mid kick, or low kick. And you know what? Let's see if we can pull this off. Let's see if we can pull this off. That surprisingly works really damn well, actually. That is hilarious. Oh, I love that. She was the one that did the helicopter kick in the game, right? And while we're talking accessories, her spiked gauntlets are not molded on, so they can be removed, and you can have her, you know, not wear the spiked gauntlets if you want to, but these are a dangerous weapon, because she's gonna, you know, go ahead and reverse smack you and catch you with the hooks before she catches you with her fist. I mean, yeah. Real quick about the effect part. It's just a blue piece of rubberized plastic, but it's got enough space in there, and it does have its own display stand with a swivel at the very base if needed, and two hinges. Just a little clear plastic. It wouldn't surprise me if this exact display stand is in with most of the Street Fighter figures, so that they can each have their own effect part. Because this is a good accessory that could really be used with anything else. Let me stand her up straight. I will bring back in the if I can grab it, bring back in the effect part. Let's bring over film noir. Let's bring in soda can. So her next to a Marvel figure. He's on the stand, so he's a little bit taller than her right now, but she looks really good next to your regular Marvel figure. Can bring in the Siege car guys. We've got Scourge and Hubcap. And there we have Scourge and Hubcap in their robot modes next to her. Yeah, she's got really good height to her. She's a good size figure. Let's put the effect part down there. Now, paint job wise, dude, the paint job is immaculate on this thing. You got a nice bit of lipstick on her lips, a little bit of eyeshadow and eye makeup, and those eyes on that face sculpt are nice and straight. I like the pum-pums on her hair and these little slightly rubber tassels going on and all the line work and around her bust and all that and a little bit of shading on there, and then so that they can show that she's not super ripped, but she's got nice muscular tone. Like, she's definitely a sleeper build. They got a little, what's the word? Would that be called dry brushing or just paint? But they touched out her muscles and stuff. And then, of course, she's got the nice tights on, the nice thick Chun-Le thighs. And yes, we need to, just for the sake of the video, yes, there is the fan service right there. And yes, everything is shaped just the way a Chun-Le figure should be shaped. This is absolutely the second most important part of the figure. Got a nice rubber skirt for her. Articulation-wise, there is a ball joint inside her neck. Then there is a universal joint at the base. The head pops off a little easily. That is kind of a bad thing about this figure, so be aware of that. Universal jointed shoulders. At the shoulder, just under the shoulder swivel, actually. It's buried up inside her sleeves. Very nice. Look at that double jointed elbow. Like that is almost realistically jointed. She's got a swivel and a hinge in her wrist. There is a ball joint in her upper torso. It's a little bit restricted, and then there's one in her waist section itself. Universal jointed hips. Nice thigh swivel. Now, it does kind of suck that it breaks the sculpt up, but it doesn't do it horribly enough to really... You're going to have the preference there, but, you know, it's fine. Great double jointed knees. Look at those knees. Like, geesh. She's got swivel at the shin for the boot, and then again the swivel and the hinge in the ankle itself. This Chun-Le figure is great. You know, the packaging presentation of her being in a video game cabinet, and then the background that you can use, and the accessories. This thing is well worth the price. If anybody, I know this thing's been on the shelf for a while now. If anybody's on the fence about this figure, you've got to go get one. Even if you're not a huge fan of Street Fighter, because I'm not. I've played it, but it's not one of my favorite games. But it's Chun-Le, one of the video game goddesses. Like, and she looks great alongside a Marvel Legends figure, and she will fit in well in any action figure collection. So, I'm Colwyn. This has been me talking about the Jada Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challenge Chun-Le action figure. Really, go get one of your own. Thank you for watching.